naku naman, ang tagal na magsimula ng check-up na to. Ako'y kinakabahan sa mga nararamdaman ko, dala ng katandaan. Nariyan at nananakit ang alak-alakan ko, dala ng pagkakaroon ng arthritis at pagiging mataba. Tapos sa check-up ko naman nakaraan, lumabas na low blood pressure ako. Kaya naman, ayan, nananakit ang dibdib ko. Kaya hirap nga naman talaga ng buhay.
Miss Batong Bakal, tara po, sumama po kayo sa akin. Ma'am, upo po kayo dito. Good morning po, Mrs. Batong Bakal. Ako nga po pala si Nurse Dolor ang mag-check up po sa inyo ngayon.
Maraming salamat sa iyo, Iha. Marami-rami na rin kasi ako nararamdaman dala ng katandaan.
Ganun po ba? Ano-ano po ba yung mga naging sakit niyo po dati?
Hindi naman ako ganun kasakitin nung araw. Pero ngayon, base dun sa doktor ko nung nakaraan, meron na daw akong arthritis at saka type 2 na diabetes at low blood. Kaya nahininikip na rin ang dibdib ko minsan. Meron na nga rin akong gamot pang maintenance.
Sige po, Nay. Tignan po natin yung iyong kalagayan ngayon. Pwede ko po ba kunin saglit yung mga vital signs niyo po?
Sige lang, nurse.
The nurse points out that the fact that the patient's overall vital sign is within the normal range, but her blood pressure is exactly at the baseline. However, given her condition, which is hypotension, it may be considered normal.
Ano po bang madalas niyo pong kainin at gawin niyo po sa bahay niyo, Nay?
Madalas kasing frozen ang aming pagkain. Alam mo na, ang mamahal kasi ng ibang niluluto at mahirap ding lutuin. Kaming dalawa lang naman ng asawa ko sa bahay. Kaya sayang lang kung magluluto pa. Malakas na kami sa kanin at matatamis. Kaya eto, nananaba ako.
Ganun po ba? Ito po, nilagay ko po dyan yung mga suggestion ko po para mapanatiling maayos ang pakiramdam niyo po. At para maiwasan na din po yung maulit yung paninikip ng dibdib at paglalala ng arthritis niyo po.
It's better to eat smaller yet frequent meals for the reason that the body uses more energy in digesting food that is relatively large, thus resulting in a lesser blood pressure measurement. Moreover, some cases of hypotensive patients also encounter troubles in digesting large meals, which makes it helpful to stick with smaller ones. As they say, where sodium goes, water follows. Eating sodium-rich food will help the body retain water as it activates the hormone mineralocorticoids that hinders in allowing us to urinate, which results in the body's blood pressure to increase. This is good for patients with hypotension, for it helps in increasing blood pressure to attain equilibrium. Fluids increase our blood volume, which helps hypotensive patients. It also prevents dehydration and helps our kidney to excrete excess sugar through urination. In this way, drinking water also helps in the patient's diabetic case. With the following in mind, we should always choose water over other beverages, for it does not contain any trigger factors for diabetes mellitus. It is important to have sufficient physical activities, especially in Mrs. Batumbacal's condition, not only to address her problems with blood pressure and weight, but also her arthritis, because such activity have the ability to control an individual's weight. One of the causes identified for the worsening of arthritis is being overweight, because it adds extra force to our joints, making them hurt even more. Being overweight is also often considered as the cause of other abnormalities in our bodies, such as developing diabetes and hypotension, which can lead to angina or chest pain. Extensive exercises are not necessary to follow this because simply gardening, walking, and cleaning the house can already achieve it. Monitoring vital signs is important because it helps quickly address complications caused by diabetes and severe drop in Mrs. Batumbacal's blood pressure. It is better to prevent and address this early so that they do not reach the point of becoming a threat to the patient's life.
Maraming salamat sa payo mo, nurse. Isang malaking tulong ito sa amin ngayon nalaman kung maaari palang lumala ang kalagayan ko kung hindi ko ayusin ang mga nakagawian ko.
The patient in room 402, Mrs. Petchay, was admitted 3 days ago and is still recovering from the procedures of laparoscopic cholecystectomy. It was suggested for her to intake a protein-rich diet to induce wound healing. The patient is optimistic in adhering the medical instructions, even admits her bad experience with going to the hospital because she is seeing how beneficial it is in lessening the pain she is experiencing. She was exposed to eating cholesterol-rich food due to lack of availability for vegetables and fruit in their vicinity. It was also said that the patient's family often goes to work, leaving her as she does the house chores and chooses to eat meals that are easy to cook, mostly those containing cholesterol.
Good afternoon po, Mrs. Petchay. Kamusta na po yung pakiramdam nyo?
Good afternoon, Nurse Jopay. Umayos-ayos na ang pakiramdam ko ngayon. Hindi na nananakit ang tagiliran ko gaya nung nakaraan.
Magandang balita po iyan. Nurse, meron pa po ba kayong suggestion para maiwasan po ni inay na mangyari ito sa kanya?
Meron po, eto po. Nilagay ko na po dyan lahat ng kailangan ng nanay ninyo.
It is important to take medications at the right time to avoid complications like becoming drug resistant that are common in taking antibiotics or worsening of symptoms. One root cause of gallstone is eating cholesterol-rich meals that we can also get by eating greasy food. To avoid this, we must reduce our intake of food containing bad cholesterol and increase our good cholesterol intake, which can be found in fishes. It is also best to eat meals that contain high fiber for induced management of gallstones. Drinking water can also help because it promotes excretion of excess bile acids in our body. Movement is also important for our stomach because it is also made up of muscles, and just like any other muscles in the body, while we're moving, these are also exercise for peristalsis or the movement of food through the gastrointestinal tract for it to be digested and for us to acquire nutrition from it.
Maraming salamat po, Nurse Jopay. Na-appreciate ko po ang inyong effort. Pangako po, tutulungan ko po si nanay na sundin ang mga sinabi nyo para po maiwasan niya na po ang pagkakasakit.
As depicted in both the cases of Mrs. Batumbacal and Mrs. Petchay, health promotion is significant in avoiding recurrence or aggravation of illnesses through recommending non-pharmacological interventions. It is also given emphasis that the application of Nolopender's health promotion model is not exclusive for sick patients in the hospital grounds, but also the well patients of our community. The following theory accentuates our unique role as nurses in light of providing health assistance to patients for the reason that our care function lie in imparting therapeutic activities that focus on rectifying the patient's routine. Furthermore, Pender's model features the underlying aspects that affects clients' well-being, such as their characteristics, cognition and affect, and behavioral outcomes. Awareness of how these factors influence the patient's health-promoting behavior is essential in deciphering the appropriate health-promoting activities that ultimately guide the patient back to equilibrium. As they say, during times like this, we must know that even if our life circumstances are out of control, still, everything that we permit in our body remains within our command.